could see for miles.
Because we all write songs, we like to switch the instruments, and it can help a lot. Now he's gonna play bass and I'll take a solo, and he's gonna play banjo, or on another song I'll play bass and he'll take a solo and he'll play mandolin or keyboards, and it's like we can't get bored. It keeps us satisfied. Anything we can get, we'll take, is where we're at. We just love playing, you know, so it's like if we can get a show anywhere, whether it be in New York or local, we're taking all of it.
Like we played a party not too long ago that had like 8
awesome.
people there.
Yeah. But it was really fun.
It was
They
so
loved
cool,
it.
yeah.
It was cool.
We made fans out of them, so that was cool.
It's definitely one show
totally.
at a time. We're trying to take it one show at a time.
You don't play the banjo plays you. There's different tunings and different, you know, the strings just in themselves, like the highest string on a banjo is on the top, and then it goes right to the lowest string after that. And like at first I definitely went into it with the mindset of, oh, I play guitar, I can totally play this banjo, and it just sounded like a guitar player who also played banjo. And yeah, I started listening to a lot more like Pete Seeger stuff and like older banjo things like Gus Cannon, and you pick up more of like the style that the banjo lets you have.
In high school, I played in the band.
He was in jazz.
In jazz band. One year we played one song all year.
Me and him didn't make jazz band. We actually auditioned and failed on the same day. It was pretty lame. In some ways, I'm kind of glad that was the case, because like when that happened, it was like, let's start a band. You know, let's try to just prove him wrong.
If she could be my aloe.
Woodwork was our first, like, you know, real recording with the producer. We recorded it with Nico Bolas, actually. He produced a lot of Neil Young albums, among a lot of other really, really cool albums. It was a really eye-opening experience. It felt like our first real piece of work. We hadn't been putting ourselves to the test quite as much as we did that, like, month.
I think it was also the most pressure we've been under when it came to recording, too.
Definitely.
But it worked out.
Yeah.
We had recorded it, not been happy with it, re-recorded it, and then those ended up being the demos that we showed the producer, and then from that we started developing like kind of a more refined or defined version of Woodwork.
If she
One of the toughest parts of the production process was keeping my mouth closed. It's just really strenuous when you have an outside person also putting just as much input, if not more, than anybody in the band. There were songs that were just changed flat out, like once we got into the studio, which they ended up being cool, but
Morning Glory, for instance.
yeah, like Morning Glory, for instance.
And we played it straight when we first went in, and he was like, well, have you guys ever tried swinging that? And we were like,
Wait, what?
maybe. You know, and we played it a few times and liked it. He teaches you to kind of like get out of your comfort zone, you know what I mean? Kind of
There's definitely
be a
pressure.
band.
It's also a good thing that he's not in the band because he has fresh ears.
Exactly,
To listen.
Yeah, it's good hearing
can't hear
someone
from an
else's
outside
input, you know. We're coming from recording everything by ourselves in a basement, you know, producing everything ourselves, so it's like culture shock almost. But after the fact, you sit back and you go, wow, he was so right about so many of the things he said. Morning Glory, the song is slightly sarcastic in its subject matter. It's a lot about not wanting to be around when you kind of have something that's pressuring you, whether it be like any of your obligations or responsibilities. In my specific case, it was being in a band, and it was kind of me just having a way of telling myself that it'll, you know, through my own struggle, it'll probably end up being okay as long as I just, you know, cut my losses and do my best, you know?
I could leave it for